ADW Hatred Slam 5th show of 2022 by Colton Dennis. Hello everyone and welcome to another week of ADW Hatred Slam. And we're coming off of a great pay-per-view for JDW, said announcer number 2. That's right, I couldn't believe that Extreme Rules match at that pay-per-view. But tonight we have 3 great matches in store for you. And instead of talking about it, let's head to the ring, said announcer number 1. Beldings. This match is scheduled for one fall. Is a 10-man battle royal, where the winner will be number 1 contender for the US Continental Championship. Introducing the challengers: Pain, the Clam, the Hurricane, Perfection, Puppeteer, the Punisher, the Butcher, Slayer, the Hood and Barrage, said announce number 3. Beldings. All 10 are attacking each other. Hopefully Rhino's watching this match very carefully, said announce number 1. Me too. Especially after what happened to him in that Extreme Rules match, said announce number 2. Barrage punching Slayer. Slayer groaning. Barrage bounces Slayer off the ropes. Slayer holds onto the ropes on the opposite side of the ring. Barrage runs at Slayer. Slayer lifts Barrage over the top rope. Barrage lands onto the ledge of the ring, then punches Slayer. Slayer staggers backwards, runs, then hits Barrage with a forearm. Barrage falls onto the floor. There goes Barrage, said announcer number 1. Slayer gets kicked into his stomach. The Hurricane points, runs towards the ropes, then goes to throw Slayer over the top of them. Slayer reverses it, then throws the Hurricane over the top rope. The Hurricane lands onto the ledge of the ring. Slayer kicking the Hurricane, then leans over the top rope to grab him. The Hood appears outside of the ring, grabs Slayer's left arm, then pulls him over the top rope. Slayer lands onto the floor. The Hood slides into the ring. Slayer stands up, slides into the ring, then runs at the Hood. The Hood pulls down the top rope. Slayer goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor again. The Hood waves at Slayer. Slayer's eliminated. Actually, he was eliminated twice, said announcer number 2. The Hurricane stands up on the ledge of the ring. The Clam punches the Hurricane. The Hurricane is swaying on the ledge of the ring. The Clam goes to punch the Hurricane again. The Hurricane blocks, then punches the Clam. The Clam groans. The Hurricane sets the Clam up for a suplex, then lifts him up. The Clam squirming, then lands onto the ledge of the ring. Both the Clam and the Hurricane are continuously punching each other. The Clam kicks the Hurricane's stomach, then sets up for a powerbomb. The Hurricane flips the Clam. The Clam lands onto the ledge of the ring, then groans. The Hurricane pushes the Clam off of the ledge of the ring. The Clam lands onto the floor. The Clam is eliminated, said announcer number 1. The Butcher kicking Puppeteer. Perfection hits the Butcher's back. The Butcher groans. Perfection knees the Butcher's stomach, grabs his right arm, then does a short arm clothesline onto him. The Butcher groans. Hey! Come on, man. We're in this together, remember, said Perfection, holding out his right hand. Puppeteer grabs Perfection's right hand. Perfection pulls Puppeteer to his feet. Both Perfection and Puppeteer bounce the Butcher off the ropes, lift him up, then do a double flapjack onto him. The Butcher lands face first onto the mat, then groans. Yeah, said Puppeteer, high-fiving Perfection. Let's get him out, said Perfection. Both Perfection and Puppeteer pick up the Butcher, then lift him over the top rope. The Butcher is holding onto the ropes. Perfection lets go of the Butcher, grabs Puppeteer's legs, then throws him over the top rope. Puppeteer lands onto the floor, then looks up at Perfection. What the hell? Asked Puppeteer. It's only a match. Sorry, said Perfection. Pain. Kicking the Punisher, whips him into the corner, then runs at him. The Punisher boots Pain. Pain. Groans. The Punisher runs at Pains. Pain does a scoop power slam onto the Punisher. The Punisher groans. Pain picks up the Punisher, lifts him onto his left shoulder, then approaches the ropes. The Punisher, holding onto the top rope, then punches Pain's stomach. Pain groans, then lets go of the Punisher. The Punisher lands onto his feet behind Pain, then throws him over the top rope. Pain lands onto the ledge of the ring, stands up onto it, punches the Punisher, then starts to go through the mini rope. A steel chair hits Pain's left side. Pain groans, then falls to his knees onto the ledge of the ring. The Hood swings the steel chair. The steel chair hits Pain's back. Pain groans, then holds onto the middle rope. The Hood swings the steel chair again. The steel chair hits Pain's back again. Pain loses his grip, falls off the ledge of the ring, then lands onto the floor. Pain's eliminated, said announcer number 1. The Hurricane punching the Butcher. The Punisher hits the Hurricane. The Hurricane groans. The Punisher bounces the Hurricane off the ropes, then bends over. The Hurricane kicks the Punisher's chest. The Punisher groans, then walks towards the ropes on the opposite side of the ring. The Hurricane runs at the Punisher. The Punisher lifts the Hurricane over the top rope. The Hurricane lands onto the ledge of the ring, then hangs the Punisher up onto the top rope. The Punisher falls onto the mat. The Butcher goes to clothesline the Hurricane. The Hurricane ducks, holds onto the top rope, jumps up, then kicks the Butcher's right side of his head. The Butcher falls onto the mat. Perfection goes to punch the Hurricane. The Hurricane hits Perfection with a forearm. The Hood swings the steel chair. The Hurricane jumps over the steel chair, runs, then does a dropkick into the steel chair. The steel chair goes into the Hood's face. The Hood falls onto the floor. The Hurricane's looking very good, said announcer number 2. The Hurricane stands up onto the ledge of the ring. The Punisher runs at the Hurricane, then boots him. The Hurricane falls onto the floor, then groans. There he goes, said announcer number 1. We're down to 4. Just to remind people, the Hood's laying outside of the ring, said announcer number 2. All 3 start attacking each other. The Hood is slowly moving, stands up outside of the ring, grabs the steel chair, then looks up at the ramp. The Stalker appears walking down the ramp. No, said the Hood. The Stalker approaches the Hood. The Hood drops the steel chair, then starts running around the ring. The Stalker chases the Hood around the ring. The Hood slides into the ring. The Stalker slides into the ring. The Hood runs towards the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, jumps over the top of them, lands onto the floor, then goes up the ramp. The Stalker continues chasing the Hood. Did the Hood just eliminate himself? Asked announcer number 2. He did, said announcer number 1. Both the Butcher and the Punisher bounce Perfection off the ropes, lift him up, then do a double flapjack onto him. Perfection lands face first onto the mat, then groans. The Punisher kicks the Butcher, then goes to throw him over the top rope. The Butcher lands onto the ledge of the ring. The Punisher runs at the Butcher. The Butcher pulls down the top rope. The Punisher goes over the top rope, then lands onto the ledge of the ring. Both the Butcher and the Punisher are punching each other. Perfection stands up, runs at both the Butcher and the Punisher, then goes for a boot. Both the Butcher and the Punisher move. Perfection gets hung up onto the top rope, then groans. Both The Butcher and the Punisher pull Perfection onto the ledge of the ring. All three are punching each other. Perfection punches the Butcher. The Punisher approaches Perfection. Perfection does a back elbow onto the Punisher. The Punisher staggers backwards. The Butcher turns Perfection around. Perfection clotheslines the Butcher inside of the ring, grabs the Punisher, then sets him up for a powerbomb. The Butcher stands up inside of the ring, runs, bounces off the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, jumps over the top rope, then does a crossbody onto Perfection. All three fall off the ledge of the ring, then land onto the floor. Ring the bell, said referee number 1. Bell dings. Here's your winner, said announcer number 3. Who won? Asked announcer number 2. I don't know, said announcer number 1. The footage is being replayed on the screen. The Butcher jumps over the top rope, then does a crossbody onto Perfection. All three fall onto the floor. Referee number 1 approaches announcer number 3. After the review, both Perfection and the Butcher landed onto the floor before the Punisher. So, your winner, the Punisher, said referee number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been informed that both Perfection's and the Butcher's feet landed onto the floor before the Punisher's. So, your winner, the Punisher, said announce number 3. The Punisher slowly stands up. Referee number 1 raises the Punisher's right arm. The Punisher smiles. All I could say is, and quat, wow, and quat, that was definitely in. Interesting ending for this match, said announcer number 2. It really was. Well folks, up next, another number 1 contenders match. A fatal 5-way, where the winner will fight Hazard for the Global Championship, said announcer number 1. I can't wait, said announcer number 2. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for one fall and is a 5-man free-for-all, where the winner will become number 1 contender for the Global Championship. Introducing the challengers: Genie, the Stalker, Beast, the Cataclysm and Drake, said announcer number 3. Bell dings. All 5 are staring at each other. Hey, you 4 listen to me. This is my shot. Not yours, mine. I'm better than the 4 of you. So, you don't feel disappointed? Someone just lay down, then I'll cover them, said Drake. The Cataclysm kicks Drake's stomach, grabs his head, then throws him over the top rope. Drake lands onto the floor hard. Genie jumps at the Stalker. Beast punching the Cataclysm. The Cataclysm punches Beast. Beast runs, then continuously rams the Cataclysm into the corner. The Cataclysm continuously groaning, then hits Beast's back. Beast groans, then punches the Cataclysm. The Cataclysm punches Beast. Beast kicks the Cataclysm in his stomach, bounces him off the ropes, then goes to clothesline him. The Cataclysm ducks. Both Beast and the Cataclysm run, bounce off the ropes on opposite sides of the ring, then double clothesline each other. Genie bounces the Stalker off the ropes. The Stalker reverses it, then does a back elbow onto Genie. Genie is holding his face. Drake is slowly climbing onto the ledge of the ring. The Stalker bounces off the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then boots Drake. Drake falls off the ledge of the ring, then onto the floor. The Stalker walks onto the ledge of the ring, then climbs up the turnbuckle. Genie punches the Stalker. The Stalker sits on the top turnbuckle. Genie climbs onto the second rope, then sets the Stalker up for a suplex. The Stalker, continuously punching Genie, lifts him up, then face plants him onto the mat. Genie groans, then rolls outside of the ring. The Stalker climbs onto the top turnbuckle. Beast punches the Stalker. The Stalker groans. Beast climbs onto the second rope, then sets the stalker up for a suplex. The stalker punches Beast's right side. Beast is groaning. The Cataclysm punches the stalker. The stalker groans. The Cataclysm climbs onto the second rope. Both Beast and the Cataclysm set the stalker up for a suplex. Genie slides back into the ring, then sets the Cataclysm up for a powerbomb. The Cataclysm punching Genie. The stalker punching the Cataclysm. Drake slides into the ring, then sets Beast up for a powerbomb. Both Drake and Genie powerbomb both Beast and the Cataclysm. Both Beast and the Cataclysm suplex the stalker. "Oh my god. All 5 are down," said announcer number 1. "That was awesome," said announcer number 2. Drake is slowly crawling, then covers Beast. 1, 2. Beast kicks out. 2. Genie is slowly crawling, then covers the Cataclysm. 1, 2. The Cataclysm kicks out. 2. Both Drake and Genie are crawling towards the stalker, then both put their arms onto him. 1, 2. The stalker kicks out. 2. Said referee number 2. "How was that not the end of the stalker?" asked announcer number 2. "I have no idea. That would have put me away," said announcer number 1. Both Drake and Genie are slowly standing up. Genie punches Drake. Drake punches Genie. Both Drake and Genie are continuously punching each other. Drake kicks Genie's stomach, runs, then bounces off the ropes. Genie does a heel kick onto Drake. Drake falls onto the mat, then rolls outside of the ring. Genie looks at Drake, runs, bounces off the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, jumps over the top rope, then lands onto Drake. All 3 are slowly standing up. Beast runs at the Cataclysm. The Cataclysm sidesteps Beast. Beast rams the stalker into the corner. The stalker groans. The Cataclysm runs at Beast. Beast ducks. The Cataclysm clotheslines the stalker. The stalker groans. The Cataclysm turns around. Beast lifts the Cataclysm into his shoulders. The Cataclysm is squirming, lands onto his feet behind Beast, wraps his arms around his waist, then does a German suplex. Beast lands onto the mat across the ring, then rolls outside of it. The Cataclysm stands up, then turns around. The stalker boots the Cataclysm. The Cataclysm falls onto the mat. The stalker goes through the middle rope, then climbs up the turnbuckle. Genie climbs onto the ledge of the ring, then pulls the stalker's left leg. The stalker falls onto the top turnbuckle, then groans. Genie slides into the ring, looks at the Cataclysm, then climbs into the second rope. The stalker punches Genie. Genie head butts the stalker, climbs to the top turnbuckle, then does a Hurricane Rana onto him. The stalker lands on top of the Cataclysm. Both the Cataclysm and the stalker are groaning. Genie covers the Cataclysm. 1, 2. The Cataclysm kicks out. 2. Said referee number 2. Genie stands, goes through the middle rope, then climbs up the turnbuckle. Beast slides into the ring, runs, climbs up the turnbuckle, wraps his arms around Genie's waist, then does belly to belly off the top rope. Drake appears on the top rope, jumps off, does a frog splash onto Beast, then groans. All 5 are down again. "What a match this is turning out to be," said announcer number 2. "It really is," said announcer number 1. Drake is crawling towards Beast. The Cataclysm stands up, sees Drake crawling towards Beast, wraps his arms around his waist, picks him up, then does a bridged German suplex. 1, 2. Drake kicks out. 2. Said referee number 2. The Cataclysm stands up, grabs Drake. then throws him through the middle rope. Drake lands onto the floor. Genie slowly stands up then runs at the Cataclysm. The Cataclysm wraps his arms around Genie's waist, then does a belly to belly. Over the top rope. Genie lands onto Drake. The Cataclysm is leaning against the ropes, then turns around. Beast lifts the Cataclysm onto his shoulders, then does a cyclone onto him. Beast might have the match won here, said announcer number 1. The Cataclysm is groaning. Beast crawls towards the Cataclysm, then covers him. 1, 2. The Stalker lands onto Beast. 2, said referee number 2. The Stalker picks Beast up, pushes him into the ropes, then does SDO. Oh, will it be the Stalker that'll face Hazard? Asked announcer number 2. 1, 2. Beast kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. The Stalker stands up, then waves at Beast. Come on, said the Stalker. Beast is slowly moving, stands up, then turns around. The Stalker runs at Beast. Beast lifts the start onto his shoulders, then does a cyclone onto him. The Cataclysm quickly stands up, grabs Beast, then throws him through the middle rope. Beast lands onto both. Drake lands Genie. All three are groaning. The Cataclysm approaches the Stalker, wraps his legs, then locks in a clover leaf. The Stalker is groaning, then waves his arm. The Cataclysm tightens the submission. The Stalker continuously groaning. The Cataclysm leans back more. The Stalker taps out. Ring the bell, said referee number 2. Bell dings. Here's your winner, the Cataclysm, said announcer number 3. The Cataclysm breaks the submission. Referee number 2 raises the Cataclysm's left arm. The Cataclysm is smiling. Well, congratulations to the Cataclysm. He will face Hazard at the next pay-per-view, said announcer number 1. I can't wait to see that match now, said announcer number 2. Well, folks, we've made it to our main event. A 17-woman battle royal. And the winner will face the new XX champion, Curtains, said announce number 1. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for one fall and is a number 1 contenders match for the XX championship. Introducing the challengers: Violet, Wildflower, Taz, Aura, Elastic, Sapphire, Hope, Ivy, Camille, Saffron, Desire, Rose, Tigress, Mantra, Onyxia, Karma and Divine, said announce number 3. Bell dings. All 17 are attacking each other. Elastic bounces Hope off the ropes. Hope holds onto the ropes. Elastic runs at Hope. Hope lifts Elastic over the top rope. Elastic lands onto the ledge of the ring, shoulder blocks Hope's stomach, then lifts her over the top rope. Both Elastic and Hope are on the ledge of the ring. Hope punches Elastic. Elastic groans, then punches Hope. Hope groans. Both Elastic and Hope kick each other, then fall onto the floor at the same time. Both Elastic and Hope are eliminated, said announcer number 1. Both Violet and Wildflower are attacking Taz, nod their heads, then go to run. Taz pulls Violet's hair. Wildflower bounces off the ropes, then goes for a crossbody. Taz catches Wildflower in her arms, lifts her over her head, then throws her onto a group. Aura kicks the sides of Taz's legs. Taz pushes Aura away. Aura rolls backwards onto the mat, stands up, then runs at Taz. Taz lifts Aura over her head, then walls towards the ropes. Violet kicks Taz's right side. Taz drops Aura, then groans. Aura grabs Taz's leg, then lifts her over the top rope. Taz lands onto the floor. Oh my god. Taz has already been eliminated, said announcer number 2. Onyxia throws Aura over the top rope, grabs Saffron, throws her over the top rope, then turns around. Sapphire clotheslines Onyxia, picks her up, then throws her over the top rope. Onyxia lands onto the floor. Tigress gets thrown over the top rope, then lands onto the ledge of the ring. Camille approaches. Tigress kicks Camille, clotheslines Ivy, then punches Rose. Saffron runs, then rams into Tigress. Tigress falls onto the floor. There goes Tigress, said announcer number 1. Wildflower kicks Sapphire's stomach, bounces off the ropes, then goes for a swinging neck breaker. Sapphire moves. Wildflower staggers, then turns around. Sapphire runs at Wildflower, then jumps at her. Wildflower catches Sapphire in her arms, then puts her onto the ropes. Have a nice day, bitch, said Wildflower, pushing Sapphire. Sapphire wraps her legs around Wildflower's waist. Both Sapphire and Wildflower go over the top rope, then land onto the floor. A double elimination. How about that? Said announcer number 2. Both Desire and Divine are slowly lifting Mantra over the top rope. Mantra is holding onto the ropes. Rose approaches, then lifts all 3 of them over the top rope. Both Divine and Mantra land onto the ledge of the ring. Desire lands onto the floor. Desire looks up at Rose. And quat, what, and quat, and quat, what, and quat. No, no way, said Desire. Rose waves at Desire, then blows her a kiss. Desire climbs onto the ledge of the ring. Rose punches Desire. Desire falls onto the floor. Divine hits Rose. Rose falls onto the mat. Divine grabs Rose, then throws her over the top rope. Rose lands onto the ledge of the ring. Divine kicking Rose. Rose is hanging on to the ropes. Desire grabs Rose's legs. Rose kicks Desire. Divine climbs onto the bottom rope, then leans over the top to grab Rose. Ivy runs, then clotheslines Divine from behind. Divine falls over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. What? No, said Divine. You two, get out of here, now, said referee number 3. Both Desire and Divine are yelling at the referees. Violet does a reverse Russian leg sweep onto Ivy. Karma kicks Violet's stomach. Violet groans. Karma runs, then bounces off the ropes. Violet clotheslines Karma, then throws her over the top rope. Karma lands onto the floor, looks around, sees no referees, then slides back into the ring. Violet raising her arms. That's right. Who's the best? Asked Violet, turning around. Karma runs at Violet, then does a crossbody onto her. Both Karma and Violet go over the top rope, then land onto the floor. The referees see both Karma and Violet laying on the floor. They're eliminated, said referee number 1. We're down to 6, said announcer number 1. Aura chops Saffron's chest. Saffron groans. Aura bounces Saffron off the ropes. Saffron reverses it. Aura holds onto the ropes on the opposite side of the ring. Saffron goes to punch Aura. Aura ducks, runs, bounces off the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then clotheslines herself and Saffron over the top rope. Both Aura and Saffron land onto the floor. The third double elimination in this match, said announcer number 2. Now, we are down to 4, said announcer number 1. Camille punches Ivy. Ivy is leaning against the ropes. Camille lifts Ivy onto the top rope. Ivy pulls Camille over the top rope. Both Camille and Ivy land onto the ledge of the ring. Ivy goes to punch Camille. Camille does a back elbow onto Ivy. Ivy groans. Mantra bounces off ropes on the opposite side of the ring. Camille puts up her left knee. Up. Mantra goes into Camille's left knee, then groans. Rose runs at Camille. Camille punches Rose. Looks at Ivy, then runs at her. Ivy quickly jumps through the second rope. Camille's left leg goes into the second turnbuckle, pulls it off, then holds it. Ivy bounces off the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then does a baseball slide onto Camille's legs. Camille falls off the ledge of the ring, hits her head off of it, then lands onto the floor. "There goes Camille," said announcer number 2. Ivy stands up, then turns around. Mantra spears Ivy. Ivy is groaning. Mantra stands up, looks at Rose, then runs at her. Rose jumps over Mantra. Mantra goes into the second turnbuckle, groans, then holds her left arm. Rose kicks Mantra's stomach, then throws her over the top rope. Mantra lands onto the ledge of the ring. Rose looks at Mantra, then goes to punch her. Mantra shoulder blocks Rose's stomach. Rose groans. Mantra grabs Rose's hair, then pulls her over the top rope. Rose moves Mantra's arms, then elbows Mantra. Mantra groans. Rose kicks Mantra's stomach, then sets her up for a DDT. Mantra punches Rose's left side. Rose groaning. Mantra walks backwards, then runs at Rose. Rose puts her knees up. Mantra goes into Rose's knees, then falls off the ledge of the ring. Rose is smiling, then goes through the bottom rope. "We're down to 2. Rose or Ivy will be facing curtains at the next pay-per-view," said announcer number 1. Rose walks towards Ivy, picks her up, then throws her over the top rope. Ivy is holding onto the top rope, pulls herself up, then wraps her legs around Rose's head. Rose is slowly being pulled over the top rope. Ivy continues pulling Rose. Rose breaks the scissor headlock. Ivy stands onto the ledge of the ring. Rose kicks Ivy's stomach, grabs her right arm, then puts an armbar onto her. Ivy screaming in pain and hanging onto the ledge of the ring. "That armbar is the only thing holding Ivy up," said announcer number 2. Ivy tries breaking the submission hold. Rose breaks the armbar. Ivy falls off the ledge of the ring, lands onto the floor, then holds her right arm. "Ring the bell," said referee number 3. "Bell dings. Here's your winner, Rose," said announcer number 3. Rose is kneeling on the mat, then standing up. Referee number 3 raises Rose's right arm. "Well, curtains, you better look out, because Rose is coming for you," said announcer number 1. "That's gonna be a great match," said announcer number 2. "I bet it will be." Well, folks, another night of wrestling has come to an end. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe out there and good night, said announcer number 1. "Bye bye," said announcer number 2 waving. Rose continues celebrating. The end.